Last year, our cage booed the other team as they were coming out. Like, I understand that that's something you do in football and basketball, but wrestling's a kind of different environment, and most of the other team's coaches didn't like that too much.
So we're saying wrestling's more sportsmanship based.
Yeah.
Well, the team's gonna.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Ramcast Sports. I'm your host, Cam Meyer, and I'm here with my co-host,
Demetrius Honor.
So now that the fall season's over for MV, we're looking towards the colder winter season, and with that comes wrestling. And we have three of our wrestlers at MV here with us today. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Dillion White, class of 2025, varsity 138.
I'm Marcus Malone, class of 2025, 165 varsity.
I'm Maddux Randall, class of 2024, varsity 175.
So you guys start pretty early, not even like here. You guys go to Gavin Pettigo's dad's place, Pettigo Submission. So, I mean, how would your guys' out-of-season practices go?
Out of season, normally have 2 practices a week, about hour and a half to 2 hours normally at night. And there's practices every single day, though. You can go get privates any time of the day, anytime you want. Like, they give out keys to the building even to certain wrestlers so that you're able to do privates on your own. Like, I go before school sometimes in the mornings when I really need to cut weight. So that building really helps me. Really a big privilege to be there.
Marcus?
Yeah, I feel like that the off-season practices went really well. I mean, I'm only a 2-year wrestler, so going to Pettigo, I feel like has helped me improve like a lot, really, on wrestling.
I wasn't able to go to many of the off-season practices because I was doing football. We didn't end our season until 2 weeks ago, so I only got to go to the very last week of off-season practices.
So, how are you guys' in-season practices going?
So in season, varsity and JV is split up on the other side of the mat. So as they're learning the basics and progressing, the varsity's over here doing speed drills and stuff, really honing in on the little things.
I feel like our JV wrestlers are going to be better, like the freshmen, once they start like getting into the gym more, start being like on it, start being more consistent. I remember when I first started out, I wasn't good at all. Like my form, like my wrestling form, my stance was just horrible. And now that I'm a little bit more experienced, I feel like I've gotten a lot better. And I feel like our freshman wrestlers and all our JV wrestlers are going to be better once they start to hone in on the sport.
Yeah, so have there been any new standouts from this class of people that have came in, even seniors or incoming freshmen?
So one of the standouts that I really noticed this year is Aiden Weems and Jesse Mills. They've both been working really hard in practice. Each time I look over, they're doing extra. They're doing more than everybody else. And even though he's not new, Sean Harrington has been doing a lot more than all the other people. Each time I go to Pettigo's, he's normally there on the mats working outside of practice. So he's been doing a really good job with that.
Yeah, so Travis Sanders left last year. Some more left last year. How do we feel about this season going in? Do we feel we're going to do better than last year? Do we feel we'll be kind of in the same boat? Or?
I feel like we'll be kind of even because even though we lost some of our key guys, we gained a lot more. Even though they're not like standout people, we got volume. So in practice, you're able to go with new guys, get new looks, and it's really going to like expand everybody's wrestling because you're not stuck with the same guy like you were last year.
As someone who competed at very high levels, Maddux, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good. Like he said, we lost some of our key players, but I feel like the level we're at right now is immensely better than where we were at this time last year with our new guys.
Yeah. Coach Alejandro, I'm sure he's seen some improvement. Have you seen like any differences in his kind of style of coaching going into this season?
Yeah, so this season, he's been a lot more strict. At the beginning, he was still trying to get people to join the wrestling team. But now that we've kind of made a little bit of a name for ourselves, he's able to focus more on like discipline and stuff. So like if
Focusing
you miss
on what he has.
yeah. Now like if you have to miss a practice or something, you have to run stadiums and something. And there's just more of an incentive to be better than you were.
Yeah. Marcus?
I definitely feel like he's looking more into the wrestlers' like personality now that we actually have way more people than when he first came here. So I feel like he can just die down on inviting people to practices and stuff, and he can start focusing more on like, you know, like what are you going to bring to the team and how hard is your work ethic and whatnot. I feel like he can focus more on the individuality of the wrestlers more than more people coming in.
Yeah, of course. So when did you guys first meet? At home.
27th. The 27th.
27th.
Yeah, November.
27th. So guys,
O'Fallon, right?
O'Fallon and
It's a
Mascuda
Mascuda,
tried
yeah.
me.
would you say the Cage being there? Because I know the Cage showed up for one meet last year, and there was kind of some back and forth between some coaches about like what we should do when cheering. So do you feel the Cage helps you, and how should we go about cheering?
I feel like the cage does help you get hyped up for the match, but to be honest, when you're wrestling, you really don't hear anything. I rarely hear the coaches even because I have headgear on and I'm just in the zone, kind of going through my motions and doing everything that I need to. So it really helps you get hyped up, but once you're in the zone, it affects you less than you think, especially negatively. Like, it doesn't like hinder you at all.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think you should still be there.
Maddux, any word on that?
Last year, our cage booed the other team as they were coming out. Like, I understand that that's something you do in football and basketball, but wrestling's a kind of different environment, and most of the other teams' coaches didn't like that too much.
So we're saying wrestling's more sportsmanship based, and
Yeah.
football's more rivalry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you heard it here first. Make sure to be respectful and make sure just to cheer everyone on. Everyone works equally as hard. Make sure to cheer our guys on. Maybe don't cheer the other team on, but don't boo. And make sure to tune in next week to Ramcast Sports as we have men's basketball here. So see you next week.
See ya.
Well, the team's in
Can we just get a video of all
Like
three of
the
them just
ending?
wrestling each other like right now?
Just right there.
Just right now on top
Do
of the
what?
table.